Hughesy plays. Welcome. Bye. It's Korn. It is time. Let's do this. I've been excited to do this for a while. Can't wait. All 13 Korn albums ranked, guys. And there you go, a few DVDs and videos. Korn at Family Values 98 with Rammstein, Ice Cube, Limp Bizkit and Orgy. And Korn live at the Hammerstein. Great gig. Part of my top 5 gigs of all time of Korn. You've got them two, and you've got live at Rock and Ring, and you've also got live at Woodstock. Just peak Korn, and Korn at Big Day Out 99 as well. Check all of them on YouTube. In fact, I'm going to put them under there. All the links, my top 5 Korn shows ever. Now we are doing the top 13, the worst to best. We are going to rank all these albums. So without further ado, at number 13, it's See You on the Other Side. It's actually pretty good. It's a good album. It's just not the best. It's just overly produced. It's too much production. David Silveri's drums get absolutely lost with Atticus and just like over bloated and too mechanic, and it just sounds too polished. But there's some really good songs. Standouts, obviously, Twisted Transistor is really good. Politics is decent. Hypocrite, Souvenir starts well. I like Love Song. Coming Undone is okay. And Throw Me Away. But it really gets, it seeps in its own production, this, and it gets a bit melted out by just heavy machine sounding drums, and it's just all over the show. And it just dips. The quality of the songs isn't great. Starts well, finishes pretty shy, to be honest. Okay, at number 12, it is Korn 3, and they really tried to rekindle their old sound on this, and to me, it doesn't really work. Just do that, there you go. It doesn't work whatsoever. It's trying to go back. It sounds corny, this, but like the videos in crop fields and Korn, just forget the old Korn stuff. On this album, they just try to do the old Korn stuff, and you can hear it. It's got about 2 pretty good songs. Let the Guilt Go. Yeah, it was like the bodies of like the Drowning Pool. It was like that. Just a good hook. Let them down and sing into another day. I liked it at first. I liked Older Lade. But the rest of the album is highly forgettable. Korn 3, didn't really feel it. It was too corny, if you get it. They sounded a bit idiosyncratic on this album. At number 11, Untitled. For whatever reason, they decided not to put a title to it. Maybe it's because they couldn't think of one. Maybe they could have just called it Gothtronica. Or Elect Gothica. Gothtronica or Elect Gothica. That's Korn for me. Because on this, that's where they were going. They were taking the Untouchables and the electronic and really milking it for all it's worth on this album. But I like it. I think there's some really good songs. Starting Over. Bitch, We Got a Problem. Evolution. Hold On. Kiss. Do What They Say, Ever Be, Life, and Love and Luxury is clearly my favourite song on this. It belonged on Jonathan Davis's solo album, though, I feel. Labyrinth, Black Labyrinth. I think that belonged on there. You can see where he was going with that, with a Gothtronica, Elect Gothica. I've said it a few times now. But again, it dips like with See You on the Other Side. It's just too overproduced for me. Even though it does contain Brooks Wackerman out of A7X and somebody else as well. So cool, good album, but again highly forgettable in the shit list of the Korn stuff. At number 10, The Path of Totality. I like this. Doesn't mean I love it. Just means I can tolerate it. Yeah, it's okay. It's not amazing. when it works, it really works, and it's the best of the bad bunch, basically. It's the best of the non-killer crop. Running circles around you, oh god. Doing it all now. Anyway, too corny. Good, but not amazing. There is some decent songs on there. Kill Mercy, My Wall, Narcissistic Cannibal is by far the best. But apart from that, again, I give this album about 7 to 8 out of 10. Best of the bad bunch, but that's not saying a lot. Now we're getting into the good albums, and this is a surprisingly pretty good album. To take a look in the mirror. Now, the reason this is before Life is Peachy, because it takes from Life is Peachy, I feel, and tries to do that. It's gone for that dark gothic Korn, but the difference between those albums is authenticity. This sounds like Korn trying to be dark and deep, whereas Life is Peachy is dark and deep. One is mental health, the other is rich guys pretending they have issues. Or not so pretending, but not sounding as... They sound dated on this. There's no cutting edge on this album, unfortunately. The songs are heavy and brilliant, but by this time, Korn weren't that band anymore. It's the best way to put it. They weren't like cool to be a Korn kid anymore, like when growing up. It wasn't. It was just like, yeah, because Slipknot had come and Limp Bizkit and Linkin Park and Papa Roach, and unfortunately, they couldn't compete because they were just fresher in ideas and swiftness and slickness and hooks. But this album is still fucking good. The first 7 songs are amazing for me, and then the next 6 are shite. The next 6 suck. Play Me Alive, Let's Do This Now. And I don't like it when they do the rap, Yo What a Single sucks. I don't like it at all. But Right Now breaks them off. Counting on Me. Counting on me, that's it. Excellent. Here It Comes Again, Deep Inside, Did My Time, and Everything I've Known are fantastic. But the next bunch suck, and it really lets the album down, because it was on an 8 and it slides to a 6 pretty easily. But it's still a pretty damn good listen. If you want something just to rock to, take a look in the mirror. It's vastly underrated, but I can see why it's got flaws. Okay, at number 8. Number 8 is the Paradigm Shift. And you may be surprised this is in the list, guys, but the paradigm has shifted, and that's why it's in my list. I think it's amazing. In Korn's discography, I think it's brilliant. I really do. I don't know why I like it so much. I just think it's because I've hardly heard it much, and when I do listen to it, it just sounds so futuristic, forward-thinking, far better than The Path of Totality for me. And it's got passion and it's quite emotional at the same time. Spike in My Veins, excellent. What We Do, Love and Meth, Mass Hysteria, Punishment Time, Lullaby for a Sadist. There is so many good songs on this album. Never Never is brilliant. I love the video. I love the production on this. This is when the Gothtronica is done correctly, and it's not just seeping like some stupid cheap porno. It sounds good on this because they get the dub step and the layers right, and the sonics work brilliantly on this album. Spike in My Veins is fantastic, really innovative. Pray for Me. What an album. Love it. Can't say anything more. I do like it a lot. Now we're at the 7. At number 7, Life is Peachy. Because this is so dark, and even the instrumental sort of songs complement it, give it that quirkiness. It's really quirky, Life is Peachy. Critics said they were marketing and all that, so what? Life is Peachy just worked for the time. It's authentic, it's real. Good God, he's scary as hell, even now when you listen to the screams. Jonathan Davis blew his head off in the studio. And Adidas, good God. Oh, yeah. The 4 Step Up. Why'd you get the fuck out of my face now? Everyone copied that. Arse Itch, Kill You, Love, Kill You. Love No Place to Hide. I love Wicked. It's quirky. It's got the daft Korn, sort of seedy Korn, but it's also got the serious Korn at the same time. It's not an amazing album in terms of songs, but just the atmosphere feels like, again, more real, more authentic, more like just guys in the studio, pretty underground, and it sounds raw, and that's why this album is better than the albums below, because some are over polished, and this was Korn when they were just daft and serious at the same time, and they had the new metal hooks, but they also had the laid back, chill Cypress Hill vibe, if you get me. Which takes us to number 6, which is an album which gets the production and the songs right after years of trying completely. One of the best bodies of work. The Nothing. There, I said it. It's amazing. It's not as good as the Serenity of Suffering for me, because it suffers, no pun intended, down the line. Certain songs, but overall as a body of work and an effort, You'll Never Find Me, Cold, The End Begins. The production's amazing, and it feels like Ray Lucier adds to the dynamics with the drums and the machine-like vibe he's got, and the force and the power. I feel like Lucier really does help this album. You'll Never Find Me, The Ringmaster's amazing. Seduction of Indulgence, I really like Finally Free. This Loss, yeah. This is when they really came to the fore now of this new futuristic Korn sound. Mixed with a bit of the old, but they're comfortable with what they are doing on this album. And it's so sparse and spacey. And again, sonic, taking like the Deftones, Depeche Mode, that vibe. And still adding the old Korn mantras, which is on the Serenity of Suffering. Bringing that into this. Not as good as that album, but almost there. Which brings us to number 5. The Serenity of Suffering. It just starts so well. Insane, Rotting in Vain, Black is the Soul, The Hating, and A Different World, and Take Me. And the first 7 songs, again, absolutely killer, brilliant. And when I heard it, I was like, fucking Korn are back. Like, it was a long time coming on the Serenity of Suffering. For those that haven't seen the artwork, you should stick this up as a poster. Look at that. This is cool. Like a fairground, spooky fairground thing. It's just re-energised. Korn really re-energised, revitalised, back to what we do best. It's got the power. It's got the Jonathan Davis. Korn are one of them few bands where the singer does the solos. Twist. It's great. Great. And then the all that goes in this. It's Freak on a Leash, putting Rotting in Vain. I love it. I love that, because it's like everyone knows it's coming, but they don't, and they couldn't telegraph it on this because it had been so long since Follow the Leader that we had something like that with Jonathan Davis. That is what he does. That's his signature. And the few artists, not mentioning names, sort of copied that Rastafarian style flow. Not naming any. But hey, it's encouragement, because I like that flow, and it works for Korn. Great album, easily an 8 to 9 out of 10. Serenity of Suffering. Number 4. I've still got the old Kerrang review there, or the Metal Hammer review. Wild Cards just turned around. Number 4, Untouchables. Here to Stay. The video came out. Check my acoustic cover under there. I've sort of done a really silly cover of it with like an ode to it as well. You'll see what I mean through TikTok. Here to Stay, Make Believe, Blame, Hollow Life, Bottle Up Inside. The songs that suck on here are good because they're like intervals to the really good songs like Hollow Life, Alone I Break, I like One More Time. I don't like Hating. Thoughtless is the key song on this with Here to Stay. Embrace is good. Blame is okay. Make Believe, Make Believe's a bit, but it's just the whole production and the whole vibe really makes you want to listen to it. It's just, it may be overbloated, but it's just a Korn album that for every bad song, you know there's a good one coming and you're willing to just ride it out. It may be too long, but it was Korn at the peak of the powers for me. It's not as good as the album at number one for that reason, that it's inconsistent, but it's still a powerful listen. And the worst songs on this are still better than a lot of the stuff on the earlier albums. Doesn't make it any better, but yeah, Alone I Break, Thoughtless is fantastic, Hollow Life, One More Time, I really like the riff, down and down, early Korn, yeah, Gothtronica there, Gothy, the drop D sound, Beat It Up Right, Wake Up Hate, I'm Hiding, No One's There, good, really good. It's just Korn flexing the production qualities, and it rocks, and Here to Stay is fucking amazing. At number 3, oh, come on. I mean, from track 13 to 16, the first 4 songs on here, if they only did them and called it an EP, everyone else would follow their lead. They would. Because those 4 songs are the blueprint. Those 4 songs are It's On, Freak on a Leash, Got the Life and Dead Bodies Everywhere are that good. They could have just been an EP. And out of that, with maybe Justin as a bonus and My Gift to You. But even songs like BBK and Children of the Corn and Pretty and Seed still make it an okay album after that. It just never reaches the heights after Dead Bodies Everywhere because it starts too good. From It's On to Freak on a Leash to Got the Life to Dead Bodies Everywhere, it starts too well for me and it peaks too soon, and that's the only problem. It makes the other songs like All in the Family sound a little passé and Seed, but there's still good stuff in Justin and Reclaim My Place and Pretty. They've still got that early Korn mixed with the new Korn going for the fucking monster choruses. They really went arena on this, they really did. They fought at the mosh pit, they cared for the fans, they wanted to fuck shit up, and they frigging worked. This is when they really have fun. You can hear it on this album, there's the artwork. From It's On, you know it's going down, and boy did it go down. You knew it was on, and it was on. What an album. Because even after that, My Gift to You closes it, and it's just really visual because of Freak on a Leash. And it's just cartoony and all over. Even the songs that are like 6s, for me, still make it a better album than, say, Untouchables and all the albums below. Follow the Leader, it was so 99. It was party, but it was metal, and they just came to crush shit. Do the spooky shit well and the freaky shit, and it works on this. Follow the Leader is fantastic, and that cover today is still one of the greatest of all time. Peace. At number 2, you know where we're going. It's self-titled, and I can't really say much about this apart from this was when it was just balls to the wall, decks, dark, faggot, shoots and ladders, fake, lies, daddy, blind. You start an album with blind, ball tongue, need to, clown, so dim, so dense, it really got to your core, and it was before it got too big. It was just, all the songs on here are brilliant. Ball tongues, great, divine, predictable, really had that punk vibe, and then to end it with Daddy. What can you say? you knew this was so different, man. It's so different now when you think what these did at the time to make it with this album, where the production isn't over. The production is purposely undercurrent, which was a risk at the time. They put it in quicksand. They put the production muffled and put it in a bubble bath or whatever, and then quicksand, and made it dingy and dirty for that reason, to make it stand out. And it's a big risk that fucking paid off in dividends, because this album, Shoots and Ladders, to use bagpipes and metal, they were probably in the studio going, "You think it's gonna work, man?" I'm not too. Yeah, it'll work. Just have another joint. You know what? That shit's dope. But it would have took some persuading, especially when the CEOs were there, like, bagpipes? I'm not really sure. Leave that to O'Reilly. I'm not. Yeah, but then they'd have listened again and thought, to the nursery rhymes, the delivery, the voice. This is brilliant, and I really want to listen to it in a minute, actually, because it's that good. It really does take you. It's so dim, so dark, so personal, but innocent at the same time, and it has that about it, that vulnerability, which makes this album personally a great listen. But we're going to go to where it all came for the peak for me, with the introvert and the personal. And I was on this tour, not playing. I went to the show. There we go. 2000 at the Manchester Apollo with my brother and Sean. POD supported. I know, Sean, you don't want to be tagged in this. Sean Raff is my mate. But you went to this gig. Paul, we loved it. I don't know if Sean did, but just something about being there at the time. You got the calmness. We queued up at HMV to watch them on the tour. The queue were massive. The Korn kids were there going, "Korn, crazy!" with a stupid spiky hair. But that was it at the time. I was a little straight-laced. I just had like a Coal Chamber shirt. Chamber Music, long sleeve, really skinny. But anyway, the album that complemented this was so dark and so different and eerie, and it had that future goth-tronica sound, but it was just before it got too over-bloated. This was when it was gothic and a bit dark and eerie, but personal. And when you open an album with Dead, Falling Away From Me, Trash, For You, and then Beg For Me, Make Me Bad, and It's Gonna Go Away, Wake Up, it just sinks together. For people who say there's no good songs on this, what fucking album are you listening to? You've got issues. You've got the issues. Every song blends in. It's like a dark musical theatre or something. Every song just blends in. It's like a dark score. It is like a concept for me. Am I Going Crazy blends into Hey Daddy, Make Me Bad, It's Gonna Go Away. Wake Up, I love that lyric. I can't take no more, what are we fighting for? You are my brothers, each one I would die for. I heard that on the Kerrang CD and I liked it, but I thought the bridge were weak. Weak, but the chorus was good. The outro was great with a little dark single note guitar parts, sound a bit seedy, very Back to the Hotel vibes, which was Monkey and hip hop thing and Head. They were thinking about that, and I've not even mentioned their guitar styles yet because I was so excited to do this. But Counting, Dirty, Hey Daddy, Beg For Me, Trash is amazing, really is. It gets better the older you get. It's just so different. Really like a B-list horror movie with a lot of the stuff they did. But it works on the songs. I tell my lies and I miss mine. Somebody, Someone is the ultimate pinnacle for me. Listen to it on Rock and Ring under there. It fades a little at the end. No way, let's get this party started. Wish it could be me counting, but Dirty ends it well. I just think it works as a whole concept. It's like the first album and Life is Peachy mixed together to form a more mature Korn, but still had that early rawness just to keep it heavy enough. And that is why Issues is my favourite Korn album of all time. Because it is. And again, I'm just going to show you the ticket. Because I can. Yeah, man. Piccadilly box office. There you go. The queue was good. It was just the whole vibe of being there at the time, and because we were really excited to get tickets to Korn. You don't know how big it was for kids these days to get a ticket for Korn back then. Like Limp Bizkit or Slipknot. It wasn't as big for Slipknot because they hadn't blown up yet. This was when they was already massive, Korn. So to get a ticket at the Apollo, it was literally like I couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm watching Korn. Oh my god. It was that big at the time. For us, I mean, soon went and the gig, then you saw Linkin Park and blow Deftones off stage, and new metal sort of died, and it sucks really because it's coming back and I'm going to make it come back with videos like this. I'm going to be a part of the renaissance of new metal if I have to do newer metal. There we go, newer metal. Still got the new metal. Great. I've loved this, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Did you agree with my list? Check all my links underneath my top 5 Korn shows on YouTube. They're all under there now. They should be. And I'm also going to put my cover in there here to stay, which is daft. Any covers I do, I'll just upload them in the link. Share my video. Did you agree? Did you not? Did you like? Did you dislike? Let me know. Tell me your list. I want to see your opinion. Why you think this album sucks? Because I can't see why. When it came out, I did, but then it grew on me. Because Follow the Leader, the first 4 was so hard to follow. This is a grower, and this takes more of that. And when you combine the lyrics and the work, this is the best body of work by a long way. Issues, Korn, #1 in all my 13 Korn albums. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this vid. You know I have even got ready for this, man. I even went, I took it back. Old school, I kept it real. I'm about to either watch Woodstock 99 or listen to this. What would you do first? This, then Woodstock. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Just get you in the mood. Peace, and then we'll listen to Issues after that. Just get in mind. I'm glad you've enjoyed my video. Stay safe. Awesome.